blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping, girl, because you got to hold your breath for justice. To see justice before all fades to black. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. Sorry for the poor light, but shoot. Trying to get this video in so I can go home and attempt to get my life in order. It is way too much going on. And sometimes I'm like, this right here, like once you lose a loved one, it's almost like the things you were striving towards don't even mean anything at that moment. Like I remember when my mother passed, I was like, I'm not painting ever again when she passed. But I know that was just something for the moment, which this year makes 10 years since my mother passed. And I'm on the tail end of my cousin passing. Whew. Lots going on. It makes it almost difficult to just keep going. But I do know that if God woke me up, which He did this morning, which it is January the 11th, 2026. So that's 11126. But since He woke me up this morning, I have to have purpose. So it's hard to keep going, but I know that I have to keep going until my purpose is fulfilled. Anyways, coming from Vizzo today, I just dropped the kids off. My niece and nephew was over there. I had my niece and nephew and my granddaughter and my grandson this evening. We walked the block a little bit. They rode their little scooters and I walked with them. I just got them something to eat and then dropped them home. I was at Vizzo all day with my grandson, so and there's been a lot going on. So I'm just gonna finish up the Vizzo vlog from yesterday, and then I'm gonna go ahead home. Possibly I'll eventually get to the other vlogs, but take this one step at a time because on one hand, it's feeling pointless for me to keep putting out videos. And on the other hand, I feel like I have to keep going. But anyways, so like I was saying yesterday, keep Marcello in your prayers and myself. I am struggling with losing my baby cousin. This one's not easy. Um, but I do know that the Most High does know best, and it has to be a reason. But it really does hurt. It sucks. Because had I knew what I know, I would have I really definitely would have possibly tried to talk him out of that transplantation. But also keep Marcello in your prayers because he just lost his grandmother a couple of days ago. So we were trying to get to Marcello to be able to be with him, to sit with him, talk with him, and, because he's struggling and he's behind bars. So grieving on the outside, like I'm grieving, versus him grieving on the inside behind bars. So that's how, honestly, guys, you can find a bless in a mess. A blessing in a mess. So I am blessed, which sounds ironic, but I'm blessed to be able to grieve out here in society. Marcello has to grieve behind bars. And we're both dealing with losses of loved ones in our life right at the same time, which that's That's crazy. So he's trying to be there for me and he can't. And I want to be there for him and I can't. This is one of the hardest parts. I did a video. It may have been back in 2020. Did it at my cousin's house. There we go. I always think about my cousin. But I did this video at my cousin's house. And it was the things I had to give up to be with the inmate. Or wait, was it? Yeah. And we no longer call them inmates. We call them incarcerated citizens. Not even know, don't even know if that is even better, being a citizen, allegedly. But guess it's better than an inmate, right? But one thing I had to give up was, this, like being in a prison wife relationship with a prisoner. When these times come up, your husband ain't there for you right immediately. It's hard. I had to grieve my mother. It felt like alone, and all I could do was run to him during visitation. And back then, before they had this GTL and they had Securus and they didn't have the extra fee, it was a flat 50 something cent per call. And he was able to stay on the phone with me like for hours, um, and just be there with me through the phone calls while I was grieving my mother. But now, so we did as much visiting as we could this week, but there's no visitation tomorrow, and I got to get back to this alleged real life. But, anyways, back to the thing. So, trying to get to Marcello so that we could see him. We're trying to rush because I really had told him, Marcello, I'm going to be there early so we can sit with you all day. I got the grandkids so he can play with the grandkids, take his mind off of things. His daughter, he wants to see his daughter. So I'm trying to, for some reason, it was so hard to get up. I've been stressed out. And I got a story time about that. Everything in my life has literally been, the enemy is really working a number right now. Or this is the test of all tests of all tests. Everything is just being shaken up in my life. And it feels like I have no footing. And I just really just want to come up for breath so that I can recuperate, but I don't even have enough time, space, energy, resources to recuperate. So if by chance I make it through all of this is nothing but the grace of God. Because, girl, I guess this is the making of a testimony. So I'm rushing. My mind is all over the place. I have not felt right since my cousin, his funeral. Literally at his funeral, I thought I was going to faint. I was going to fall over. I lost my medicine, or someone took my medicine bag, which, why would you steal that? Either it's lost or stolen. But anyway, I have not, and I'm diabetic, I have not been able to take my medicine. Um, which I'm not really on diabetic medicine. I have medicine to control my pressure, but I was able to control my diabetes basically through diet and lifestyle. But I do need to check my sugar. So my sugar machine, my blood pressure medicine. So I know that is making my blood pressure high by my cousin passing. Like, I literally thought I was going to fall over. I did a speech, not a speech, a poem. Me and my daughter wrote a poem for my cousin. And I literally thought I was going to fall over flat on my face. I couldn't. It's like, it almost feels like your equilibrium's off. So I go to work. I'm sick as I don't know what, because my pressure's elevated. I'm trying everything naturally, beet juice, um, shoot, even mustard allegedly lowers your blood pressure. Pressure points, pressing on certain pressure points will lower your blood pressure. Hibiscus tea. I've all of the above. And the pharmacy has taken me through a thing, even trying to get replacement medicine. So dealing with all of that, staying up all night trying to find my blood pressure medicine. And I lost the keys to my car. Like I told y'all about that, my battle with ADHD. It's not easy. So when I am stressed, it's harder for me to keep up with everything. So I finally had found my keys, but I still was not successful finding my medicine. So I have been up late nights just trying to hold everything together. I am struggling, y'all. Honestly. Um so I said I was going to get up early to get there with him early. And no matter how early I attempt to get ready, we're always caught in this freaking count. It's always arriving just as count, like in the 11 o'clock hour. They start counting at 11:30. You could get there at 11. One time I got there at 11:04 and still got almost caught in count. So it's like I want to be there way before so I don't have the pressure and the strain of, oh my gosh, I might get caught in count. So end up, I'm like, rushing. My daughter has the clear bag, clear purse, with the baby's pampers. Finally got her up because she's been up all night because her great grandmother passed. So she's been up with her grandmother and they were going through it and stuff. So she didn't get much sleep. And then the night before, I had to keep the babies until she figured all that out. So I've been up with them, and it's been a lot, a lot, a lot. So we get there. I'm stressed, but trying to still go through life, one step at a time, one day at a time. Just like that old school song, that one day at a time, sweet Jesus, that's all I'm asking of you. Because I literally understand that song now. Back then, it was just an old spiritual, right? Now it actually has meaning to it in my life. Like literally, just one day at a time. That's all I can handle. I can only worry about this moment because sitting up worrying about more than today is too much, way too much. So, because the Kia boys hit me up, my ignition key does not match my door key. When you go in Vizzo, they allow you one key or one key fob. So I, of course, in my rush, in my mind being all over the place, except for present, which is like mindfulness, that is definitely what I need to start practicing because that can help with the ADHD and the other stuff. Being mindful and present in the moment. It is really hard with the way society has us being pulled every single which way, never allowing for us to rest, never allowing for us to recuperate, never allowing for us to, you know, that's why you can't make enough to pay your bills because if you had enough, you could rest easy, right? And at this point, we can't even do it. We're only living on God's grace. That's it. That's it. It's none of our doing. We can't get enough jobs to make it through this economy, right? So I get out and I don't know. I just jumped out. Money jumped out. And Princess had on a sweatshirt, but our weather is so iffy. So I'm like, Money, just take the sweatshirt off of her and she could put it back on if it gets cool because sometimes inside is cooler than outside. Sometimes the rain will start coming in and it'll be under chill, or sometimes it'll be just hot. And mom's like, no, it's hot, mom. So she doesn't need the sweatshirt. So she takes the sweatshirt off. She takes it, throws it in the car, and I'm thinking Money has all of her stuff. I got everything. I locked the door. So Money's like, no, I don't. So I kept telling her, no, you need to get that sweatshirt just in case it's cool. Because once you go and visit, you can't go out, get nothing, and come back. So she's like, okay, Ma, I get the sweatshirt. Open the door. And I look, let me show you. So this was my original key that worked for the door and it used to work for the ignition. That's so much easier. So I would usually take this one on off the key ring, and I would take it and put it in the car. The rest of my key ring, right? The rest of my key ring go in the car door, and then I can lock it with the little click thing, right? Now, because the Kia boys hit me up, I got a whole nother ignition. So I got this key. I take this key off, have it on my person. And then when she's like, unlock the door, mom, I'm like, now look at the differences in the key. I should have known better, right? I'm trying to stick this key in the door and it won't go in. And I'm like, I know. I did not lock the key. I'm thinking this is a dream. It was all a dream. Like, for real, this got to be a dream. So I'm like, well, maybe one of the doors are open, but that wouldn't be right because I pushed the lock on the door and locked the door. So I'm like, oh my God. I'm just thinking it gotta be some type of miracle. So I'm yanking on the door, like, please open, please open. So I'm like, Money, let's just go on in the visitation. She's like, I don't have the bag. I don't have my ID. I'm like, well, where's your ID? It's in the bag with the Pampers, the clear bag. And I'm like, well, why didn't you grab it out? She's like, I handed it to you and asked you to grab it. And you set it back on the seat. I'm like, oh my freaking goodness. Are you kidding me? And we're in the middle of nowhere. And I barely got to Vizzo with no gas. So I'm like, and our phones, because you can't take a phone into Vizzo. So our phones are in there. We have no way to call for help. I don't have AAA. I don't really remember nothing but a couple of people's phone numbers. So I'm like, oh, I guess I have to call this person, call my sister to try to call my dad. My dad gonna be mad. Um, if he has to come way out there an hour away to try to get into the car. And then I have two cousins that work like towing, but I really don't even know their phone numbers. So I'm gonna have to get in touch with somebody to get in touch with somebody. We drove way out here to comfort Marcello, and we ain't even finna go into Vizzo. And so I'm like, Money, should I just break the window? I got my fist like this, and I'm like, bow. I'm finna just break this window because at this point, it is too much going on. I can't even keep things straight. If I try, I'll break the window, and I'm gonna worry about it later. And Money's like, Mom, don't break the window. What is wrong with you? And I'm like, okay, Money, let's just, she's like, let's just go up to the window and see if they can let us call somebody or something. So I'm thinking, okay, well, let's forget about that issue and just go into Vizzo, right? See him, take care of that, and then, come out. So we get up to the front, and the people check me in because I have my ID on me, right? So because I had my ID and my debit card. So I was ready to go in, and I thought Money had her stuff. She didn't. I just had the wrong key. So they're like, are the kids under you or are the kids under your daughter? And I said both, because I put the kids under both of us because sometimes Money plans to bring them, but then she'll change her mind or she's too tired to get up or she'll have other plans, and then I'll bring them. So when I put in the Vizzo form, I put the kids under both of us. So no matter what happens, and I put in all days, because you don't know how to, I don't know why they want this such set in stone. Life is not set in stone like that. This is another thing you have to go through when your loved one is in DLC. Like, it's too much. I wish they would stop that form stuff. Like, that was only for social distancing. Hold on, guys. We get up there, they check me in. We get up there, they check me in. Then they're like, is the kids under you? Then they're like, is the kids under you or your daughter? And I'm like, they're under both. So I'm thinking they're going to let me take the kids in. And there's like, do you have a notarized letter? Of course, today they didn't ask for the notarized letter. But that day they, of course, asked for the notarized letter. And I'm like, yes, I have one. It is locked in the car because I told them that we locked our keys in the car. We have two issues. We're trying to come for visitation to notify him that he lost a loved one, but also we got locked out of our car. So I have my stuff, but my daughter doesn't. So even at the Viso, we are stranded. So then there I'm like, but I've showed the notarized letter before. Now some camps you don't have to show the notarized letter, a birth certificate, except for the very first time that you bring the kids. They put the kids under you, and then you no longer have to bring it. But some make you bring it. So I like to always have it. You'll have one person say, oh, no need to ever bring it again. And then you'll come without it, and they'll be like, we need the notarized letter. Just like today, they didn't even ask for it. And I specifically had it on me. But last time they needed it, and they wouldn't let the kids in under me. So it's too much. It's team way too much, y'all. I'm telling y'all. But that's why I really wish I could have broke this wrongful conviction story and just got him home and been done with this DLC stuff. But this is the this is the this the cross we gotta bear, right? Allegedly. So they're like, no, the kids can't come in. So Money's like, just go in, and because dad is going through it, just go in. And they said that they would try to help them get into the car, or they said first that I can come in and I can make a phone call, and I could call my family, or if I had AAA, I could call AAA or whatever, and they'll just process me in. And in the meanwhile, the guards were going to try to assist my daughter and the grandkids. They should have just let the grandkids in with me, but they didn't. So they processed me in, and turn around. They said they were going to try to help the kids, but they sound really doubtful about being able to help us get in the car. That's what they said. They were going to try to help us get in the car, and they sound super doubtful about it. So I'm like, I literally, and I felt so dumb, or dumb with the B on the end. I felt so silly. Like, how could I do something like this? And Money was like, Mom. And I felt so bad. I really felt so bad. So I go in, and you could see the parking lot, like from the visitation patio area. So wait, first before I went in there, I was like, they said I could make a call. I was gonna call my sister to call my cousin or my dad or something, or see if my aunt could let me borrow her AAA. Like, I think you get so many toes, or so many pop locks, or if we can get in touch with my, I didn't know what we were going to do, but I was just sitting there praying. I'm like, Jesus, please help me. I know you could have come through. Like, but in the moment I'd be so overwhelmed. But I know God has never failed me yet, like not yet. So I'm just praying too, but I'm still like, oh my God, like, how is this gonna end? So, and then I'm going to be a no call, no show, because I literally have no time to stall after Viso. I have to do like this to get straight to work, right? And I've already called in for my cousin's funeral because they didn't give me that day off. And I got another funeral to go to. And if I don't get that off, I'm going to have to call in for that. Like, I'm literally going to be unjobbed because of things going on that are out of my control. So, end up, I go in, and then I tell Marcello everything that's going on. And as I'm waiting on Marcello to come out, well, it took him maybe 5 to 10 minutes to come out for Vizzo. So the lady was like, didn't let me use the phone, because she was like, just be advised that the guards are trying to work on it now. So we were going to see if they could help first, and then she was going to let me use the phone. So I'm just in waiting on visitation, waiting on him to come out. I explained, and now Marcello is overwhelmed. He's like, wait, what? So they have to sit out there? I'm not going to be able to see them, and y'all are stranded, and this and that. So, but before, I said I seen two guards walked through the cars, and then I seen my daughter trail behind him. Now I am legally blind, so I can't see with the eagle eye, but I thought I seen her with that clear bag, and if she had that clear purse, that means she got into the car. So I'm like, I seen them walk through the car, and then they went up to the front of the gate to go in. Well, I don't know if they went in, but I didn't see them sitting on the benches outside. So I'm like, they're either still up front talking to the guard or they got inside. So I'm just telling Marcello, just give it a few minutes. He is asking the picture man if he can find out stuff. He's asking the Marcello was not chilling for a minute. I'm like, just give it a minute. Let's see that they were they able to help. I think they were able to help because I seen them walk up to the front and I didn't see her return back. So instantly they called count because I got there right at freaking count. Inevitably. And when Marcello comes back from count, my daughter's coming in like moments as they coming from count. My daughter with the kids are coming in, and she's like, they were able to get us in the car. And at first, the lady at the front was like, we may be able to help, but due to liabilities, we may not. So I was thinking, how would they be able to help? Like, do they have a. But then I remembered as I was sitting down, I was like, oh, yeah, they probably can get in people's cars because for the simple fact, remember I told you a while back at another camp that they were accusing me of allegedly having substances in my car. So while you're in Viso, if anything is awry in your car, they can pop your lock and search your car, right? If it is, they deem it to be something illegal, right? But they're really supposed to give you paperwork and all that before they do that. But they have the tools to pop that car open. So I'm thinking, oh, yeah, they do pop people cars open. So they probably do got the stuff to get people in the car. So when my daughter gets in, she's like, yeah, the car started going out. She said at first the guard was going to the wrong car. She's like, no, don't pop that car, don't pop that car. And then they got out to our car because it was a different Kia. Got out to our car. And she said when they were trying to pop it, the alarm went off. I'm like, how? Because when them darn Kia boys was popping that lock, wasn't no alarm heard. Because we would have been able to hear that. Like now it wants to go off. So she was like, she couldn't, when they popped it open, she couldn't find where I had dropped the keys because I was just getting out the car and going, which I should have learned my lesson a while back. Don't just rush out that car. But it'd be the stress of everything and trying to beat this darn count. But I'm just gonna have to uh so she's like, the guy was like, are you able to find the keys? Did we pop the right car? Like, is this your car? And she's like, yes. So she finally finds the set of keys in my door. She was able to get her stuff. I had the letter for the kids, but of course it was in the glove compartment because I don't take it out because I'm like, they need it sometimes and sometimes they don't. And she said that the guard told her that literally this happens like 3 times a day. And I'm like, 3 times a day for real? So I'm not the only crazy ass person to do this. So I feel a little bit better now that I found out that it happens about 3 times a day. But she also said that the guard told her that they can't do Teslas or for some reason Nissans. So if I had a Nissan or a Tesla, which I don't think I'm gonna have no Tesla, that they wouldn't have been able to help me. But glory be to God, we got into the car. We were able to visit. We had it literally was not all day. I literally thought I was in the deepest pit, but God pulled me like just like that. Just like that out of it. We had a great visit, and then I was able to get to work. I was rushing to work because we do have a pharmacy on hand, but I didn't want to leave work early. I mean, I didn't want to leave Viso early like we usually do for me to get to work with a buffer time. I wanted to spend the whole time with Marcello, so we left exactly at in Aviso, which made it where I really didn't have time to drop the kids off because I was trying to rush to the pharmacy that is on site at my job because I still didn't have my blood pressure medicine. And I was hoping that they had it ready just for me to rush there and them to tell me a bunch of BS on why they don't have my blood pressure medicine. Right. So then I was able to get through work. It was a decent night. It wasn't too bad. And there we were. Um, then I had a break on the next day. We did not go to Vizzo that day. And then I just went to Vizzo today. But I will put today's Vizzo story time in a different vlog. But girl, it's been a lot. It has been a lot. I'm gonna need 2026 to get a little bit better than this. This is a little too much. They serving up way too much right now. All right, guys. But with the grace of God, I will get through it. Hiss ya, girl, Kelly.